Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 360 Sports. I'm your host, Fernando Martinez, and I got Wyatt, Nate, and Luke alongside me. We are going to be talking frenzy today. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. So, first off, let's kick it off with college football. So, on Sunday, we had the release of the 12-team bracket, and one thing did catch our surprise. Notre Dame was left out for Miami, and now Notre Dame will not play another game this season, and they declined to play a bowl game. Is the anger by the Irish valid, or do you think that Notre Dame should join a conference in the future?
Well, to me, argue all you want on whether or not Notre Dame should have gotten in over Miami. To me, this is just a soft-looking move on behalf of the university and behalf of the program. First, we're seeing less and less players actually participate in bowl games, and now we're just straight up not playing in them to begin with. This seems just really cowardly to me on behalf of the coaching staff and everybody who participated in this decision. And it's something that if I'm a recruit, I would
notice. Now I can understand why they're angry, right? The week before they looked like they were going to be in, they were getting ready to be in the playoffs. To find out you're not in that way, I understand why you're angry. But to come out and just say we're not going to play a bowl game, I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go back home. It's ridiculous, right? Maybe I did that when I was 3, but since then I can't believe it. So yeah, they can be angry, but this is a ridiculous move out of them.
Yeah, I kind of get it from the standpoint of opting out of the bowl game, because we've seen other schools do it, like Kansas State and Iowa State opt out of the bowl games. Iowa State obviously has the issue with fielding a healthy roster, but it's just the way they've been complaining about it. I mean, I feel like it was the right process, the right results, but the wrong process, because Miami should have just been ahead of them, and moving them after they didn't play is really kind of weird and feels like something that they shouldn't have done. I feel like we got to the right spot in the end, but definitely understand why Notre Dame's upset. And the modern era of bowl games is probably dying off as a result of this.
I do understand the frustration. I really do. I mean, they were ahead of them for most of the last 3 or 2 polls that were before the last one. And to be left out the day before the day of the bracket was released, I could understand the anger. But the committee always said, we're taking head-to-head into account, and Miami did beat Notre Dame. So at the end of the day, you have to take into account, and that's why Miami, in the end of the day, will be in the playoff and not Notre Dame. I do think Miami will show up in the playoff. I don't be surprised if they beat Texas A&M.
I think either one of them would have shown up in the playoffs. They're playing 2 of the best teams in the country. I think the only real sore spot is that we got here by punishing BYU for losing a conference championship. Alabama did the same thing, and Alabama didn't get punished like BYU did for losing in the conference championship. So then it can become a conference
as well.
Yes.
Alabama was not close.
So then it's a conversation of Alabama versus Notre Dame. Why did they punish BYU and not Alabama? It's a really weird situation, and there's probably going to be a lot of changes to it. We're already seeing it with the memorandum of understanding that if Notre Dame's in the top 12 next year, they're already in the playoff.
Which is ridiculous, by the way. This should never be a rule.
I agree. Do you guys think Notre Dame should join a conference, or do you think they should stay independent?
Why do they get to be independent? Who gave Notre Dame this almighty thing that they get to be independent and nobody else gets to, right?
Oh,
That's another thing.
They should be in a conference. They can't. This independent has never worked out in their favor, and they're bending the rules to get it to work in their favor. I think it's ridiculous. They have to be in a conference.
I just hate for me. I just hate that they're in the college football playoff, and as you know, teams in the playoff have to share the money with teams in the conference. With Notre Dame being independent, they keep all the money, and I just hate that. So for me, I'm just happy that they get punished for that.
I couldn't agree more, honestly.
And to me, this is a program that goes on and prides itself on its tradition. We're independent because, we've always been, right? And for a football program that prides itself on its tradition of excellence and its tradition of football, to go out and say we're not playing football for the rest of the year, that seems to go against the mentality that you preach to your recruits, that you preach to the locker room. That I think they should join a conference, and they will be better for it if they do.
Absolutely. Also,
the question for them becomes where do you go? You have a basketball partnership and baseball partnership with the ACC. You have the hockey partnership with the Big Ten. Big Ten would probably be a better fit for them both geographically and for their game against USC. And considering they've gone out, their athletic director has made comments disparaging against the ACC to where the commissioners had to come out and sort of try to put them back in line. becomes a really interesting dynamic, and they still have the NBC money, which NBC has really allowed them to become independent.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good point.
that creates another problem for them too. Although the Big Ten and NBC have that sort of agreement for broadcasting rights, so that could be the move for Notre Dame if they do feel the need to join a conference.
They should feel the need. They should absolutely
After
join a
this, they
conference.
should.
It's going to be such a long debate after what happened. Speaking of another football, Champions League play continued yesterday and today, with Liverpool inching out a win against Inter yesterday, and Man City beat Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu. What are some of your takeaways as Champions League play so far?
I don't know if you watched that Liverpool game, but that was the worst game of football I've ever watched. Oh my God. The ref played awfully. The players were awful. The coaches were awful. It was unbelievable. And then Liverpool get lucky off not a penalty. It was not a penalty. No.
It was. You can't grab the guy. You can't grab the guy in that scenario.
Okay, so then every corner kick should be a penalty? Every free kick should be a penalty then to you? Because every corner kick and every
There
free
was
kick...
no reason for Bastoni to grab him in that moment. I'm sorry. There was
There's
just
no
no
reason for you to just fall. If I just fall to the ground and I get a penalty, it's ridiculous, no? You can't just fall to the ground after a little contact and get a penalty. And you've seen
That's
calls...
soccer.
You know, why? Name 7 teams. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Is like, it was a soft penalty. I don't think it should have been given. Yeah, okay, you shouldn't grab the shirt. You shouldn't do a lot of things and that don't get penalized, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to say that that's a penalty is a soft penalty, and Liverpool knows they got away with one in the sense.
Oh, I agree with
And
you.
this is coming off a very, very rough month or so of Liverpool
Absolutely.
football. So
Especially-
hopefully, with as controversial and as frankly weird a win this was, hopefully they can take something away from this to try and get themselves out of this rut.
Big win for Arnie Slot, though, after
Big win.
the fight he had with Mohamed Salah,
Mhm.
publicly, especially
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes,
I
they
gotta ask
needed
you-
some good
I
publicity.
gotta ask you: does Liverpool look better with Mo Salah or without him?
Without. He's getting to that point where he doesn't come back on defense, right? His only type of outlet is they're going to kick it up wide. They're going to let him get to work on a one-on-one, either play it in or take a shot, which works when you have a great defense behind you to help out. But with Ibrahim Konate playing the way he has the last couple of weeks, with Van Dijk taking a drop off as well, and then they still have Andy Robertson, a left back.
Yeah.
They can't continue to do that. They need a right winger who can come back, play a little defense, help out, working on the middle, work on some connection play. So I think they're going to look better, and they're going to sell him this January.
Yeah, we'll see. Do you have a takeaway, Nate?
I think my biggest takeaway is the performance from some of the Italian clubs. You have Atalanta at the top of the table, sort of exceeding everybody's expectations. Not a lot of people expecting them to be there. They've been right up there with Arsenal for the top of the league play. But then you look at the rest of the Italian teams, Juventus specifically, who's really sort of underwhelmed at this point in the year. And that's really what I've noticed, especially seeing as, I'll be honest, I'm not a big soccer person. You could tell. But that's what I've been paying the most attention to.
You're forgetting the best Italian team, though. Napoli. They're not champions from last year.
That's the thing
But
I'll say with you, Nate. I've been realizing a lot of underdog teams have been surprising us in this Champions League. Atalanta, they're 12 in Serie A. They're now in the top 8 to go in top 8 of the Champions League. They just beat Chelsea. I mean, Tottenham, they're also struggling in the Premier League, and then they're almost in the top 8.
A team like Sporting Lisbon in the top 4.
Yeah, like we're seeing a lot of teams that we don't expect being in the contention to make the top 8 or just the playoffs. I mean, and also like we're seeing Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Barcelona struggling. Like those top teams that were supposed to be doing really good are struggling. This is why I love this new format. But the thing I realized as time during this Champions League is, I hate to say it, but I think Arsenal is the team to win, is the favorite heading into the next round. They finally look like a complete team. They
look
have
like
a
the
lot of
best team in the
talent,
world.
depth. They have They finally have a striker in with Gyökeres. I hate to say it, but I do think Arsenal is the favorite right
Not
now.
even Gyökeres. What about Mikel Marino as number 9? He is disgusting up there. He was He had like 8 goals last month alone. He's a 6 playing at the 9 position, who's not only doing it for Arsenal, but he'll come into that spot for Spain as well and perform just as well. It's unbelievable what Mikel Arteta has been able to pull out of these players. Just make it floor raiser, right? Every player has just gotten better. Their floor has gone up exponentially under his leadership. And finally this year he's put it all together, and I think they are the best team in the world for that.
I completely agree with you. Moving on. So we're going now to college basketball. After an upset by Iowa State over previously number 1 Purdue, Arizona was now named the number 1 team in the college basketball rankings. In your honest opinion, do they deserve it, or should there be another number 1 team right now?
I mean, right now there's really 4 teams that have the case for number 1, and it's really the 4 undefeated teams left. You have Arizona, you have Michigan, you have Iowa State, and the 4th team's escaping my mind, and I really, really hate that. But I think it should be Michigan. Michigan's look like the most dominant team in the country. They're winning games by an average of 29 points. We saw what they did to teams like Gonzaga, to teams like Auburn, out at the Players Invitational. They've just been incredible. Obviously, the front court rotation, after losing 2 of your guys to the NBA draft, Ladislav Golden and Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf, of course, of the Brooklyn Nets fame. You have Adi Mara, you have Will Cheddar coming off the bench, and Yexel Lendeborg looks like the player of the year right now. A guy who could have been a first-round pick at a UAB last year, came back to school. He's really killed it, and Dusty May's been able to carry over the momentum from FAU. He's been incredible, and the Wolverines, I don't know who's stopping them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to go with Arizona. I think they should stay at this top spot. I mean, right now, I think they have the best overall resume. I'm not going to say I'm very knowledgeable about college basketball, but in my opinion, they have the best overall resume, quality wins, and victories over ranked teams. And right now, it's not late into the season. It's not early into the season. They're kind of getting into the mix of it. So I think right now they have the best resume going forward.
Why you won?
You will never hear me praise Duke in my career, but they are 10-0 right now, and I think on paper they're number 1 for now. One team that fell early, but I think will very soon be back in that conversation as soon as these undefeated teams finally start to show a little bit of chinks in their armor. I think Houston will get right back up there. That loss to Tennessee was really tough. That was a big upset for them. But this is a Houston team that's been in the mix for the top team now for the last 3+ years. And I don't see that going away. Their recruiting has been incredible. They have talent all the way down the roster. I still think come March, they should be the team to beat.
They made the Final Four multiple years in a row now, Houston, right?
Yeah, they were the finalists last year.
They have a dynamic freshman in Kingston Flemings. He's been so good.
For me, I agree with you, Nate. I just think Michigan is that good of a team. They have been absolutely dominant. They've beaten their last 6 opponents by 25 or more points. And this includes wins over a ranked Gonzaga team and a ranked Auburn team. They are the best defensive team in the nation. They have so much talent on the floor. They're going to play and they're going to get better as time goes on because they play in what, in my opinion, is the hardest conference in college basketball. So they're going to have to go against teams like Michigan State, Purdue. They're going to have to go through a gauntlet in the Big Ten. And that's the perfect type of gauntlet to get you ready for a tournament like March Madness.
Yeah, even the Big Ten, even at schools like UCLA and Indiana. Indiana looked like the best team in the country last night. But
I refuse
yeah,
to let Indiana be good at 2 sports. Nah, they can. You know what? They can have football this year, so whatever. Bad year for Penn State, whatever. I'm not giving them basketball. Nah, they can't have basketball.
Absolutely not.
Let's not talk about that basketball game yesterday. It was a brutal one to watch. Speaking of Indiana, we're going to go back to football. Though most of the attention is getting placed on the college football playoff games, I would say there are still some really good, cool bowl games out there in the college football world. So now we're going to the board, and we're going to pick our favorite non-college football bowl game. Nate, you're first.
all right. So to the board we go. You have America's team in a lot of sports. You have America's favorite bowl game. It is the Pop-Tart Bowl, everyone's favorite. I mean, just look at that Pop-Tart. Look at how smiley it is. Just knowing that it's going to fall into a toaster and be served to players. But let's not think about that too much. It's also a great matchup. It's Georgia Tech and BYU, 2 teams that were firmly in the playoff mix within November. Georgia Tech was so close to making the ACC championship game. BYU was in the Big 12 championship game. Don't ask what happened once they got there. But it's always a fun bowl game for the Pop-Tart Bowl because it's always 2 of the highest quality teams that don't make the playoff. Last year was Miami and Iowa State. This year it's Georgia Tech and BYU. 2 great coaching staffs that just got extended long-term. Shout out Crumble Cookie. And in the case of Georgia Tech, just finally committing to football for the first time in what feels like 40 years. But both teams are on the up. It's going to be really exciting, and there's going to be a lot of Pop-Tarts. How much more American can you get?
That is a good game.
Absolutely.
That is a really good.
Who watches the Pop-Tart Bowl for the game, though? We're all watching the Pop-Tart Bowl for the antics of the Pop-Tarts. Come on.
I'll be watching the trophy presentation. I want to see that trophy.
Exactly.
It better be sold out this year. That's way too many. empty
Dreams
seats in the
do really
background.
do come true.
I'm getting hungry just by looking at it.
All right,
Those are good.
all right, Luke, you're up.
All right. All right. Now, for me, I have necessarily another bowl that's just as tasty as the Pop-Tart Bowl. You can argue with a wall about it. Cheez-Its are just as good. But coming in, we have the Cheez-It Bowl, which started in 1947. It's the 7th oldest bowl game in college football, right? And we have two of the most prestigious teams playing in it, Texas v. Michigan. Two teams that look like they were on the precipice of kind of getting to that playoff. They're going to get in two old historical teams that will play it out and really play hard for their players with a lot of NFL talent.
Yeah, I mean, another great one. Interesting.
Another one with great antics, I have to say.
Yeah.
That's what bowl games
I had
need
no
nowadays.
idea. 1947.
Started as a Tangerine Bowl in 1947,
Oh.
changed into the Cheez-It Bowl in 93, and is the seventh oldest bowl game going on.
I keep forgetting how many weird bowl game names there
That's
are.
what I
throw
love
money
though.
at it. Just
That's
throw
what
money
I
at a
love
bowl.
about it, though.
Why?
All right.
So I chose the Gator Bowl between the Wahoos of UVA and the Tigers of Mizzou. Now, UVA, for all intents and purposes, is a playoff team. They were one overtime away, one implosion away. They shouldn't have been in the playoff because of that, but this is still a talented enough team to make the college football playoff. Same with Mizzou, but Mizzou just plays in a much, much tougher conference. This is a battle-tested Mizzou team. They've had a hard time after the Bo Prabula injury. He struggled with interceptions, but this is a game that I highlight specifically because I think a lot of starters will stay throughout the game. We won't see as many players take a back seat. Not a lot of guys who are, projected to go in the high rounds of the draft. I just think based on player talent alone and the storylines throughout the season for these two teams, I think the Gator Bowl is going to be one to watch.
Yeah. I mean, Missouri is a really good team. I do feel bad for them when they lost Bo Prabula. I do think they had potential to win more games than they should have.
Yo, don't talk about Bo like that. I miss him so much.
I miss Bo.
so much.
I miss
He
Bo
could
so
he could
much.
be useful right now, but
Yeah. Well, his passing has on paper not looked very good, but he is a clutch player, and I do expect him to really want to win this game.
yeah. Well, I'm last, so this might be a biased pick, but you know what? Listen, hear me out. The Pinstripe Bowl. Look, where this game is being played at one of the most iconic baseball stadiums in the world, Yankee Stadium, at noon on December 27. The two teams, Penn State and Clemson, these two teams were ranked in the top four ahead of the beginning of the season. Now look where they are. They're not even in the college football playoff. They weren't even ranked anymore. They barely made it to the bowl games. So this game will be about who has the mental toughness to go to overcome what all the struggles that happened in the regular season to win a bowl game. Also, we're going to find out a lot about Penn State. This will be the last game under the leadership of Terry Smith before Matt Campbell, the new head coach, thank God, takes over the Penn State program. So we're going to find out about how this Penn State team responds, and we're going to learn a lot about them. As for Clemson, they still have a lot of talent on the field. They still have Dabo Sweeney. So out of all the bowl games, this might be the closest one, and I can't wait for it. In New York City, bright noon game. I can't wait for it.
This feels like either the disappointment bowl or the opt-out bowl. Because if you told anyone that Clemson would play Penn State in December, they'd believe you. If you told them it'd be in a bowl game that's played in a baseball venue, might be a little surprising.
How much money do you guys think you'd have to pay just to get a bowl game about yourself? Like, if I just money out the window, at what point do you think, how much money is enough money to be like, I want the Luke Mascarenas Bowl. I want it to be played here. I want all this. At what point? Like, how do I get that?
At my high school stadium.
Exactly. I want it at my high school. You know what? I'm going to start for both teams. How do I make that happen, do you think? How much money?
They had the Beef O'Brady Bowl in Tampa back in the early 2010s, so it can't be that expensive.
I still remember there was the Barstool Bowl game.
Yeah, they have the Snoop Dogg Bowl now.
Oh, that was a contender, just because it was the Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
games
Dogg
are
is a
great.
cultural icon, so
Yes.
that's fine, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I would love the Luke Mascarenas Bowl. That'd
that should be played in Colorado.
All right, guys. So with this being one of our last shows before the end of the year, let's look back on some of our top 2025 sports moments. We're going to blind rank some of the best sports moments of this year.
Let's see.
Let's do this.
How many is this out of is the question.
Can we put this last? Can
Yes,
we put this
yes,
last?
yes.
Can we put this last?
This was
And they stole my favorite player, Kavica Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Broke my heart. Yeah, 5. This is 5. I hate PSG.
no one.
I hate everything they stand for.
Who likes to watch?
Not only that, it was the worst Champions League final I've ever seen.
5-0.
5-1. 5-0?
Yeah, it was 5-0.
Oh my, even worse than I remember. Yeah.
And it should have been PSG Barca. Inter Milan got lucky to make.
Don't even. Again, I will cry about that Barcelona loss. That was heartbreaking.
Tell that to me. I'm a Barcelona fan, so
So they're my second team, so I'll give you that.
yeah. So can we agree this is last?
Yes.
Yep.
Right, we can all put it at 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's next?
Wait,
That's
wait.
4. That's 4.
Ah.
That's
Ah.
We can't go back. We can't go back.
That's
No.
four.
John Cena might be
That's-
my one.
That's 4.
I don't know about you guys, but I grew up on John
You
Cena.
don't. You
John?
don't, you don't realize.
Oh, he turned heel? Yeah, I don't care. I loved it.
This
It
was,
was
a terrible
terrible.
match.
Yeah,
It was a
I don't watch
terrible-
WWE,
It was a
so I don't
terrible.
know.
It was
I
a
didn't actually
terrible.
watch it. I just was hyped that he won.
It was a
No,
terrible
it was a
match. It was a
terrible match.
terrible heel turn that ended with him just saying, "Nah, we're good." This set the
Yeah.
tone for a really wasted retirement year. That's
Yes.
going at 4.
This
You need to know
was
more
this was
about
4
WWE
months.
than
This
me.
was
I'll let
4
you guys take
months
this one.
of his retirement tour completely out the window.
Oh.
There was
Oh.
not really anything interesting that happened in this match or during this heel turn.
Fun fact: the person he spent the most ring time with this year is Logan Paul.
Oh my
Fire.
god.
Yeah,
That's
this
how you
is
know.
four.
That's bad.
You're doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's bad. I give it 4. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
watch
we can throw it
WWE, and I
a
hate
four.
it. And I hate
I,
it.
I'll let that be.
I respect the enthusiasm, but
I just saw John Cena. and I got
contextual.
happy.
Me too.
Yeah.
But we will be tuning in Saturday.
We watched
What's
this,
going on Saturday?
and it was terrible.
It's final match.
All right.
Saturday?
Yeah,
Gotta watch it.
All right.
It's on Peacock. Tune in.
All right. What's
Shameless
next?
plug.
we're not getting paid.
Again, we could throw
Are
this all
any
the
of
way
these moments
Three.
good?
Throw us at
I
3.
haven't liked these moments, but
3.
3.
I mean, they do have. They
It gets
did,
points for
Shea
me.
Flop
a
Alexander.
small market team finally won. That's a great story
That's
in
the
the NBA.
takeaway. First time small.
That's the thing. In the NBA, it's all about the big market teams. And that's why we see the Lakers, the Celtics always win. But we finally see a team that hadn't won a championship, that didn't load up on free agency and everything, build their championship through draft picks and etc. and the right way, and they won a championship. And they're
So
built for
three.
a dynasty.
Word.
I agree with you, but it's still 3.
Yeah, cool. So that's 3-1.
We're gonna put the Ohio State national championship.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling. I have a bad
I have
feeling.
a very bad
Yeah.
feeling about this.
What's next?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is this the Eagles one?
Number one.
I'll put that one.
Number
I'm cool with that.
one.
I hate the Eagles,
Yeah,
but,
I hate
but
the
I did,
Chiefs.
but I do hate the Chiefs
I hate
too.
the Chiefs, so I'll take that one.
Deserved.
I'll fine. Put this in
Good
number.
Deserved.
flick for this too. Whoever found the flick, that's a good flick you found. Is his finger in his eye?
No,
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 I
no,
almost-
not
almost-
Tom Aspinall. Not Tom Aspinall.
Almost,
Different fight.
Yeah.
God, Ohio State's gonna be too.
I have a bad feeling Ohio State's
Oh,
next.
no.
It might be the World Series.
What
At
is
least
it?
it's not 1. Oh,
What is it?
well, that's a good. That's fine.
I can live with
That's
that.
fine. It should have been
No.
1. It should have been 1.
What is this?
Wyatt Hendrickson with the biggest upset in college wrestling.
Like
It's college
ever.
wrestling 5.
This was one of the greatest upsets.
Switch that in the
ever.
PSG game. College wrestling
This
5.
was- no, I actually think this should be number 1, but since we
It
already,
should.
Yeah.
this was like, I remember this. Like, no one expected this guy to win. Like, he was
Y'all
a
actually
huge
watch college wrestling?
underdog.
I'd like to think
He
that.
wasn't
Yeah.
this guy,
Dude,
the
they're like
Minnesota.
14-time national champions.
The Minnesota guy
Think
was
about where we are.
was
Also
on
good at
the
women's volleyball. I don't sit down and watch women's volleyball. I don't get
the
it.
Minnesota
you
guy was
should.
by far the best guy in the weight class and on the Olympic team, and yet he knocked out by a guy from Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Noted alleged
huge,
great
huge.
person, Gable Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a huge.
upset.
Him.
So like watching wrestling is like in college is like a real thing people do.
It is
Yes.
a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
people
real
do, yes.
thing. Like, you should start getting on it.
You should know that.
I
You
can
go to
I can
Penn
watch
State.
almost naked men wrestle different ways. All right, that's fine. I'll watch other half naked men do other things instead.
All right, so we looked on our 2025. Now 2026 is coming close, and we have a lot of sporting events coming up. So let's wrap up this show and lock down our predictions with some of the biggest events in sports year. And we're gonna start it off with the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
You ready for this?
Who do we have winning it all in America?
Coming home.
No,
It's
no,
coming home.
no, no,
It's
no, no.
coming. Football's coming home.
Why
It's
did
going
I,
to England.
Why am I here?
It's going to England.
Not
Harry
England.
Kane will win his second trophy ever, unless they win the league this year, and it will be beautiful.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, England will turn into turmoil and chaos. Nothing will ever happen again in that country, but it doesn't matter because they won the World Cup. That's all they've ever
Oh,
cared
so you're
about.
saying this is like their one? All right, I can see
Watch
that.
them beat France.
Like, this
for
isn't the
championship
start of
on
something
American
greater.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
gonna be the
They're-
one.
No, and then we're gonna go back to the next like Euros, World Cup, and they will be
Yeah.
the worst team to ever touch Earth.
Yeah, Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I chose Spain, specifically
That's respectable.
specifically just coming off their Euros performances, and since the Euros performances, everyone was saying all that young talent they have, they're going to be good for years to come. And I think when this comes around, they're going to be starting to hit their peak,
Yeah, I could see
so to
that too.
speak. And I think England, very talented team, but when it comes down to it, are they clutch? Can they
There's
be?
so many finals in a row, man. Let us win one.
No, no.
I had to watch them lose to Italy. I had to watch them lose to Spain.
I just don't
just
think-
want just one little bit of happiness
They
for
don't
the sports
know.
team ever.
No, not
Forgive me
in,
for
not in American
sounding
soil.
cliche. I just don't think England has the intangibles,
The
the
winning culture.
the pressure, the clutch.
But that
I
makes
just
them
don't
hungry
think.
for more, and it's on American soil. What a story that was.
All I want to know is 2026, July 4th, in Philadelphia Stadium, England, USA. Make it happen.
That would be
That's all I
fun.
want.
It's
That
not.
would- that would be
'cause
fun.
We know that because of group
Yeah,
placement.
That would be fun. I completely agree with you, Wyatt. I'm taking Spain. They won the Euros last year. They have an easy group. They have Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and freaking Uruguay. It's an easy group for them.
Luis Suarez
They
will suit
don't.
up
They,
again,
they don't
man.
have
Watch
to
out.
face. They don't have to. They have an easy road to the semifinals. They don't have to face Argentina, France, or England to that stage. And I mean, they have a lot of talent on the roster. They have Lamine Yamal. They have.
Wait. Are you calling Argentina, France, and England the top, like, declared best three teams? You're not going to include a Germany in there. You're not going to include a Brazil in
Germany
there.
was knocked out of the group stage 4 years ago.
It was 4 years ago, though. This is an
And
entire brand new
they
team.
barely made it to the. They
They were
barely,
they were in the Euros semifinals, and they only lost because Spain got a lucky handball.
I
And
mean-
you know that's true.
I mean, Germany is. They've been knocked out in the last two group stages. So I need until they get out of it. I don't.
18's group stage too.
They got out in 2018. It was against Mexico, South Korea, and then Sweden. I remember that one pretty well. But I mean, I got Spain. I can't wait for this World Cup. I'm so excited. Now we're gonna sit. Now give me your Super Bowl winners.
I don't like. Are there good teams in football anymore?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
know.
say they're-
Like, my best bet is the Patriots, and like I don't want to say the Patriots, but they're the best.
That's a
team
good
I've-
pick, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I have to watch a Patriots win another Super Bowl after being bad for only 4 years, again I will freak out. It's
Yeah.
like Indiana; they can't be good
Most
already.
spoiled fan base of all
Exactly.
time.
Most spoiled city of all time.
Yeah. I was going to pick the Rams specifically because of their crazy offense. They have their skill position is like across the board. Their passing attack is unstoppable. Matt Stafford is playing out of his mind right now for a quarterback as old as he is. And any team that can win without a really true home field advantage, no disrespect, but the Rams don't get a lot of good home turnout. They get taken over a lot, but they still manage to beat teams. I think the Rams, just because of how explosive and hard to catch up to their offenses, is going to be hard to stop come playoff time.
Can you trust a team that lost to the Panthers? Think
I'll
about
go
that.
Green Bay.
That's true, but like you said, the disparity this year with like good teams also losing the bad teams. That's an across the
The
board.
Panthers
kinda
are a good
issue.
team this year, though.
Yeah.
I'll
don't
go.
believe it.
I'll go with Green Bay because they have the explosive defense. I mean, every Packers quarterback wins their first Super Bowl at the age of 27. Jordan Love just turned 27, and also the emergence of Christian Watson has really opened up that passing attack, giving them an explosive weapon, especially after Tucker Kraft went down. So this feels like a Green Bay team that can take down the best in the NFC, and they're probably going to avoid some more difficult matchups like the Rams until at least the conference finals, where they can get home field advantage. It's the conference championship. Why did I call it the conference finals? But I'll go Green Bay.
This is just more of a gut feeling. I think the Bills are going to win it. I just think they're due. I just think over the years they have had to go through the Chiefs. They might not have that obstacle finally, and I just think Josh Allen is finally due for a Super Bowl ring. But next up, March Madness.
Michigan. Michigan's the best team in the country.
I got Michigan too.
I have Duke. I think the Boozer Twins are really going to come into their own this year.
Sorry to keep praising Houston on this show. I swear I'm not a fan, but I think Houston is going to clutch up come March.
And lastly, we're going to golf. Who wins the Masters?
I'd like to refer to my little brother for this. I'm not a golf guy, but before the show today, I texted my little brother who is a golf guy. What should I say for this segment? He said, if you want to play it safe, Scotty Scheffler. You want a dark horse? Victor Hovland. So I'm going to go with Victor Hovland.
I'll take the safe bet and go Scotty Scheffler.
I'll take Scotty too.
I was thinking Scotty, but Min-Hoo Lee. I don't know what it is. This year, I just think he's going to have a good year. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, guys, we got one more show tomorrow. It's Roommates War. So tune in tomorrow. But that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in to 360 Sports today. I'm Fernando. Wyatt, Nate, Luke. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.